Hi friends, welcome in. Tammy here with Bentley Lane Creations coming to you with today's sweet little DIY craft. This is the Easter Bunny basket and she goes in the large interchangeable basket. So stinking adorable. I am in love with her. Now I am starting off by painting her little paws and her hands in the color Oyster Beige, and that is a Deco Art brand paint. So I'm just going to give those a quick once over. I'm going to let them dry. Now everything here, if you're new here, everything I do generally gets 2 coats of paint. Now you'll only see me do it once, but everything does get 2 coats. It's just for lack of wanting the video to be too long, that's how we do it. So I'm just going to paint everything up that is going to be part of the bunny herself in this Oyster Beige. And again, that's a Deco Art brand paint. And so her ears, her face, her body, and her little hands are all going to get that color. And then these glasses here are stinking adorable. Now these glasses come with the kit, so you can use them or not use them. Now I did paint them up. I painted them in white, just a regular acrylic white. And I'm going to go ahead and set them to the side. Now, for her, I did not glue them onto her. I did not want them on my bunny, but they do look stinking adorable. So I'm going to show you at the end what they look like, what she looks like with and then without. And again, so that's an option. They come with automatically, so you can either use them or not use them. Now, for her tag and the inside of her ears, I use the color Princess Pink, and that is a Crafters Collection brand paint. That is a Hobby Lobby brand paint if you're not familiar. And then you saw me use that little pink tool. That I get at Dollar Tree. It's just like a little needle on the end or a nail or something. And I use that to clear out all of my scoring lines when I need it. And those come in handy like you wouldn't believe, but you could use anything that's sharp and pointy would work. Now you saw me add on the Happy Easter tag some orange there. I kind of did like a little ombre look with that Princess Pink, and it's called Tangerine, and that is a Crafters Collection brand paint as well. And then I went in with the bow and that Easter egg there in the color Southern Bluebell, Crafters Collection paint brand as well. And then I'm just going over it with my white sponge and giving it a little bit of a textured look. Now this little Easter egg here I did in the Princess Pink, and this one I did in the color Tangerine. So I'm using the same color schemes throughout the entire little kit here, and just using them sporadically throughout. So if you see, the orange color is always going to be Tangerine, the blue is always going to be Southern Bluebell, the pink is Princess Pink, and now you see me using this purple color that is called, hang on a second, I know the answer to this, Petal Lavender, and that is a Deco Art colored paint. Now, I go in on those eggs with that white sponge, again, just to give them a little texture, a little 3D effect. And you'll see sometimes if you've been here for a minute, you see me do that. Or sometimes I'll use a thin brush and I'll do some little embellishments here and there on the pieces. It just depends on what I'm painting and what look I'm trying to go with. Now these little paws, these little pieces, the little pad there that I'm painting now, and the little pads for the little toes, those don't pop out. So I am using a thin brush to paint those instead of using a sponge. And then I'm just using that handy dandy Dollar Tree tool to clear out those scored lines so that it's very clean looking. Now you see me going in here on the ears with my white sponge again, just giving them a little bit of a textured look. And then this is Distress Oxide. It is just an ink, and I get this at Hobby Lobby. They sell it at Michael's as well. And it's an ink. I use a little sponge and I apply it to the cheeks, and this is the color Flamingo Pink that I'm using on this one. And then I'm coming in with just your regular black and painting in the eyes. They're already scored in, so you just got to stay within the lines. And then I'm coming in with my little thin brush, and I'm adding some little dots of white in the eyes to just bring her to life. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dry fit everything. I cannot stress enough how important it is to dry fit. Just so you know where everything needs to go and in what layers. Look at her with those glasses. Can you even? Oh my goodness, so stinking adorable. Now I happen to have this little twine string, and it happens to be a blue and white stripe. And so I'm using that because I thought it would go nicely with this little set. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that up this way. Now you saw the ears pop out, the insides of the ears pop out. But once you set them on the table this way inside and you put the glue there, covering them, and then attach them to the back of her body, those inserts will stay in. They're glued. You see the eggs there. They're glued from that section and the top section, so they're not going to pop on out. Very easy to glue. You don't have to worry about gluing them in separately. Just set them in there, set that on the table, and glue her body to those ears, and those are going to stay forever. Now, I use what's called Stick Fast. It's a super glue gel based glue, and it is kind of instantaneous, but you can use any kind of glue you're comfortable with using, any kind of wood glue or any kind of glue really that you like, you prefer. It can be a super glue, can be any of those things. Here she is all done up. Oh my goodness, stinking adorable. Absolutely love her. Again, I did not glue her glasses down to her, but you can. They do come with, so it's your choice. Here she is in the basket. Can you even? Thanks so much for watching, friends. Have a great day.